What's up? What's up? What's up? And welcome back to After the Snap. I'm your host, Tasha Pierce, and we got to talk about it, y'all. We got to talk about it. I know that there is more to talk about than the Flash movie, but that is the big topic that is on everybody's lips after the trailer for the movie that is dropping on June 16th, 2023. After that trailer went live on the Super Bowl, and then it pushed us to go to YouTube for the full trailer, we got to talk about it. But first and foremost, let's address the Super Bowl and what I thought of the game. Now, look, I didn't have any intention of watching the Super Bowl when even after knowing that it was going to be two teams that I guess that are kind of newer on the platform. We know Kansas City is becoming a perennial favorite, but then we had the Philadelphia Eagles also, and historically two black quarterbacks facing off against each other in the Super Bowl. So we knew that this was a different one. But then I got word that there was going to be something like an obscene amount of movie trailers played during the Super Bowl. So I was like, well, hell, I got to watch the Super Bowl now because they about to put all these trailers in it. I even made a list of all the trailers that had been announced that was coming out. Needless to say, that list exaggerated. There was not that many trailers played during the Super Bowl, but the ones that were played, they were kind of hits. They kind of hit nice, you know. So we'll talk about that. We're also going to address the halftime show of the Super Bowl and the big surprise we all got there. I wasn't expecting that, y'all. So that's another thing. We weren't expecting to find out that our girl Rihanna was expecting her second child. But, you know, and look, I have to look to see how old the girl is. Let me see. And I know somebody is like, you don't know how old Rihanna is? I do not. Rihanna is 34. So, you know, she's getting up there, and I guess she figures I might as well to make my family now. I'm not mad at her. She's got a birthday coming up. She's gonna celebrate that birthday. She'll be 35 years old on her birthday. So she's to the age where she, when you know, she wants to concentrate on her family, and I'm here for it. I'm not mad at her. Rihanna did a superb job knowing that she was pregnant. Now, before I knew she was pregnant, how did I feel about the Super Bowl show? I thought it was a bit more subdued for a Rihanna performance. And I know everybody don't agree with me, and that's fine. Disagreements make the world go round. I felt like before I found out that she was expecting that I was expecting more from her Super Bowl performance. Now we find out the girl is pregnant. So yeah, I do expect a more calm down performance based on that. So based upon learning that the child was pregnant, I was satisfied with her Super Bowl performance. So we got that out the way. The game itself was fantastic. Went down to the wire. I like games like that. Seattle, I mean, I'm sorry. Yeah, no, the Philadelphia, Lord, Seattle. Philadelphia, you know, turnovers. You can't win a football game against one of the better teams, one of the best teams in the league with turnovers. So there it is. They gave the game away with turnovers. So the big thing was the trailers. Now, of the trailers that were rumored to come out, I think 5 were the ones that I was really impressed by, or the five that I think were the most important to come out of the Super Bowl. I was, you know, it was mixed feelings. I had Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. That trailer came out, kind of let us know that we're going to say goodbye to some of our favorite characters in the MCU. And that's okay because they're introducing new characters by the boatload. How did I feel about the trailer? Even though it was just like the snippet of a trailer, and then you go online for the rest of the full trailer. How did I feel about the Guardians of the Galaxy trailer? It was okay. It was enough to keep my interest exactly where it was in the movie, which on my scale, my hype level scale from 1 to 10, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 is at about a 7. Okay, then there was a movie Air with Ben Affleck and Matt Damon, and they are playing Nike executives who are trying to sign Michael Jordan to a shoe deal. And we all know how that shoe deal went, because everybody is sporting Jordans nowadays. But the movie, the film, the trailer, how did that make me feel? It took my hype level from a reasonable 5, because I'm from the Chicago area. So, Michael Jordan is a household name, and he is a perennial favorite. And he is, for many people in that region, the greatest of all time. So he is the GOAT. I know that LeBron James has other things to say, but Michael Jordan, to many of us, is the GOAT. And we're talking of that era of basketball, there was nobody greater. Okay, we can all agree upon that. That movie looks great to me, especially since it looks like they're going in a direction that is like not 100% straight drama. They're making it a light look at the Michael Jordan movie. I like the fact that they have Viola Davis along with Matt Damon and Ben Affleck. You've got a powerhouse core of actors, especially those who are generally mentioned in the Academy Awards conversation. They're always part of the conversation when they are in a big project. And I hope that this is no different. The Air trailer took me from, and I have to make sure I remember where I was for this trailer. Air. I was at a 7. No, I said a 5. I was at a 7. And I am now at an 8. So now I feel like an 8 is where I am sitting with the Air trailer. We saw, okay, Fast 10. I have zero interest in Fast 10. I fell off of the Fast franchise a long time ago. Hey, Clarence, you know what? I did not expect to see too many people here because I forgot today was Valentine's Day. That's the perils of being single. I forgot today was Valentine's Day. So I am glad that you are in the place, sir. Didn't expect to see you, though. So, Fast 10, that trailer, I have no interest in the movie. I don't, it's just, and the trailer, although it is a bombastic trailer and it's all kinds of stuff going on and there's lots of things happening, it did not move me to say, you know what, I might go and catch up on the other 6 Fast movies that I didn't see so that I can understand what's going on in Fast 10. Didn't move me. But if you are a Fast and the Furious fan, that trailer probably literally brought you to tears. Knowing that this is supposed to be the last one, and knowing that you got Jason Momoa, you got all the Statham's, you saw Paul Walker show up in the trailer. Those kinds of things kind of tug at your heartstrings, but it did not move me to say, I want to see this movie. So there's that. Transformers Rise of the Beast. We got a little mini look at that. Just a tiny smidgen. It's like, look, blinking, you'll miss it. Look. We saw Mirage transform in that little mini trailer. And look, I was at a 6 for Transformers Rise of the Beast. On the hype level, I'm still there. I'm at a 6. Even though the transformation looks good. Of course, we expect that to happen because we are in an age where anything can be accomplished using CGI. So I thought it looked good. It looks the same as I thought it would, and I'm at about a 6 out of 10. What else? Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. I don't know how. I said a 4 on my hype level. I don't even know if I'm really there. Indiana Jones kind of lost its luster after decades of not seeing any Indiana Jones movie. With that being said, knowing that this is Harrison Ford and this is probably his last turn at this character, I would say I would want to see it. it did not make me not want to see the movie. The trailer didn't. So I'm looking forward to seeing more with a longer trailer. Now that we got those rumors that we were going to get a lot more. I think 65 had a trailer too, and 65 is the one with Adam Driver, and he is pushed back in prehistoric times, and he's battling dinosaurs and the such. I'm at a 5 on the hype level for that, simply because I love Adam Driver. The look that we got of that movie, did it make me say I want to see more? Not necessarily, but Adam Driver is the Caucasian equivalent to Jonathan Majors. That's just where I am with that actor. So I love Adam Driver, and I do support his work. He's a fantastic actor too. And I talk about Jonathan Majors quite a bit because but what really does kind of draw me more towards Jonathan Majors and Adam Driver like him is they are students of their craft. They do their homework. They make sure that when they become a role, they become that character. And I appreciate that. I think I like the fact that they have that type of work ethic. And outside of everything else, physical aside, what I really am is that charisma. What I'm really looking at when I look at those two actors is how charismatic they are, quietly carrying a room. And I like that. There was a big debate on social media, and it was an ugly debate. I hate seeing it, where actually men, and it was confusing to me because I didn't think men got petty like this, but men were posting pictures of Jonathan Majors and saying, if he wasn't famous, would women still think he's sexy? And the answer to the question is probably yes, because that is not, it's not only physical when you look at these characters or these actors. It is also the charisma, and charisma can carry a person a very long way. When you look at Jay-Z, and that's another person who I am very, that's one of my faves. I've always had a big crush on Jay-Z as well. When you look at a person like that, and people say, "Oh, he's ugly," that man, first and foremost, we have to ask ourselves, what is ugly? Is ugly how you look on the outside, or is it how you are on the inside? So those questions came up. Those same type of questions came up about Jonathan Majors. It kind of hurt my feelings because Jonathan Majors is not an unattractive man, but again, charisma is and that is what makes him sexy to women. And if you ever watch an interview, he's very well spoken. He does not waste a word. He is his answers are very calculated and thought out, and I enjoy that about him. So anywho, we went on my Jonathan. I have to do that at least once an episode, I guess. The only movie that I didn't talk about yet, and of course we were looking for a Scream trailer. I don't know if we got one. I can't remember. Scream 6. I don't know if we got a trailer for it in the Super Bowl. I don't remember. But the trailer that we did get before the Super Bowl looks so fantastic. I was at an 8 on that movie anyway, because I enjoyed Scream 5. So I was at about an 8 anyway. This, just knowing that trailer looked so good when I first saw the trailer that they released before Super Bowl. I'm staying at an 8 until I see more. Hopefully we see more from that movie before it makes its debut. And I'm trying to see, when is it coming out? Scream 6 is coming out on March 10th, 2023. So we probably will see a final trailer at some point before then. Possibly we got the All-Star game, NBA All-Star game coming up this weekend. So it could possibly happen during the All-Star game. That's something that we can look at. It's a cheaper advertising spot, and it still will be a lot of eyes on that game. If people are still interested in the All-Star game, I would probably watch the dunk contest. Then we also have Cocaine Bear, which I didn't know where they were going with Cocaine Bear, but now that I know that it's supposed to be kind of a comedy thriller, comedy horror, I'm more interested. So Cocaine Bear comes out February 24th. I'm sure we will see a little bit more of that movie before it comes out. Oh, Lysandra said she rented Megan for $19.99 and it was not good at all. I have heard otherwise. People liked Megan. So tell me, Lysandra, was it less than you expected? Were you expecting more from it, or did it just disappoint you all the way around? Let me know in the comments. So last movie to talk about is probably the one that is raising the most questions of the Super Bowl, and that is The Flash. And the questions are not bad questions to have. Let's see here. We watched the trailer for The Flash in the Super Bowl, and the question walking away is, will this be the superhero film of the year? That's a big statement, because I'm not the only person saying it. There are a lot of people saying, actually, people are saying this could be potentially the greatest superhero movie of all time. But I'm going to keep it very keep our expectations tempered and just say, will this be the superhero film of the year? Now I know that was it Spider-Man Across the Multiverse might have, or Across the Spider-Verse, I'm sorry, might have a few things to say when we start talking about a superhero film of the year. They're probably like, don't forget about us. And I haven't forgotten about you, Miles. I have not. But this movie, this trailer looked so good that it actually got the fandom so hyped. People were, I guess, pleasantly surprised at the fact that the Flash trailer looked so fantastic. So as we go through and look at some of the pictures, screenshots from that trailer, we need to talk about whether or not Andy Muschietti has knocked it out of the park with this mashup of the old DCEU, or the old DC films from all the way back when I was a teenager going to see movies, and he's taken elements from each of those eras, placed it in this movie. And yes, there's a lot of Batman in this Flash movie, but it was actually, I think that it's in service of the story, and it's not just fan service. And that makes it even that much better for me. So let's just see what some of these screenshots look like. First and foremost, we see, and this is just in any kind of order. I did not. Oh, wait a minute, it's missing a slide, because it should have told us what Barry Allen did to get himself in this trouble. Barry Allen uses his super speed to change the past, but his attempt to save his family creates a world without superheroes, forcing him to race for his life in order to save the future. So again, we know that that's the log line. We know what we were expecting. We're expecting the Flashpoint story, or at least elements from it, Flashpoint paradox. We saw, I wish we would have gotten some of the stuff that we saw in the animated Flashpoint paradox, where the Atlanteans and the the Themyscirans were at war with one another. But of course, we can't get everything in one movie. It looks like we're getting enough. First and foremost, we see Batman, and this is the Ben Affleck Batman. And many are surmising that this is coming at the beginning of the movie before Barry Allen goes and tampers with the timeline. But we got a very different costume for this Batman, for Ben Affleck's Batman here. We get a good look at the Flash's suit here. Let's see. We get a good look at his suit, and this suit is fantastic. It screams speed. I like it. I didn't expect for them to make so many differences to the suit from where we saw Barry Allen last in was it not Batman versus Superman, Justice League. But we got some changes and it looks good. So I appreciate that. Then our next slide is not the Ben Affleck Batman, but the Michael Keaton Batman. And in the trailer, he probably broke the internet by saying 2 words: "I'm Batman." That's all he had to say. And the fandom went crazy. And I didn't expect to hear him say it in the trailer, but I did expect to hear him say it in the movie. Michael Keaton, at his age, still looks good in the bat suit. Speaking of bat suits, we have a number of bat suits. This is Michael Keaton's suit gallery, I guess what you could call it. And we have the original Batman suit. We also have, let me see. I've got it marked here. Let me see. We got the year 1 Batman suit. That is the first one from the left. And then the blue and gray bat suit. We have the 1989 bat suit, third. Right in the middle is the main suit for the Flash. Then to the right of that is 1992, the Batman Returns bat suit. Next to that is the underwater bat suit. And last but not least is like the desert bat suit that we kind of saw Ben Affleck wearing that the last time we saw him in the Snyder films, Justice League, the Zack Snyder cut. Now, I'm not going to lie. This got wonky to me. Like this scene where we first, in the trailer, first see both Barrys together. Because, okay, the one against Barry, the one in the yellow, he looks real. The one that's grabbing him, that kind of freaked me out. He kind of looks a little scary to me. But I guess that is like what a lot of people say, the uncanny valley. It can't be perfect because they're not both in this scene for real. However, many people are pointing out that one in yellow, yellow is what is typically worn by the Reverse Flash. So is there a possibility or potential that this is not Barry Allen, but this is Eobard, I think his name is Eobard Thawne, tricking Barry because he knew that Barry would come back to this moment. Is the Reverse Flash still there to do something to that Barry's mom? So that's kind of like it's a character within a character. That would mean that Ezra Miller would be playing probably 3 versions of the character in this movie. And there was a scene where we did see an additional Flash. So there was the Barry Allen main universe Flash, the Barry Allen past Flash, and there was a third Flash in the scene. So if Ezra Miller is playing 3 versions of this character in this movie, no wonder I was going to say he, no wonder they went a little wonky after after filming it. That is a lot to carry in one film. And I know that there are people have done it before, but that is a lot to carry in one film. Then we see Batfleck, and people, okay, we can say I was excited to see Batfleck in this trailer. There are still those who are still trying to divide the fandom by the Zack Snyder stuff, and they're still going on about this, even though it seems like they're beating a dead horse. But of course, I said that about them when we were talking about the possibility of getting a Zack Snyder cut Justice League, and I was wrong. So I could be wrong again. We may see more of Zack Snyder's universe. And what they're pushing for now is to put it over on Netflix. I hope that doesn't happen, because we have to stop rewarding bad behavior. If these people are unhappy with what they are getting from the studio, then that's fine. You can't make everybody happy, and we probably need to stop trying. But yeah, I was happy to see Ben Affleck back as Batman, even if it is only in a limited capacity in this film. And again, we see the Ben Affleck Batman on the Bat cycle coming up out of the what do they call this? The Fox. I forgot what they call this plane. But it looks like he drops up out of the plane, and he is on his way to subvert some type of enemy plan. We're going to see on June 16th. And I'm saying we're going to see because for a while there, I was wondering if I was going to go see this movie. And the more I watched the trailer, the more I made excuses as to why I could go see this movie, even though Ezra Miller has been a little problematic over the past, say, 2 years. They've been a little quiet now, but they were behaving badly over the past couple of years. So now I find myself making the excuse like, well, all the rest of these actors deserve our support because the movie does look that good. Especially when we see this jumping off between our Barry Allen main universe Flash versus his little budget Flash version from I guess he's the 2013 Flash. You can see that he is in pretty much a homemade Flash suit. Many are speculating, and I think we actually saw evidence that this was a Batman suit that had just been painted over to look like a Flash suit. It looks like during the battle with Zod, who we will see in the pictures coming up a little later. And shortly after this screenshot was taken in the trailer, that's where we saw that third Flash. I don't know if I've got a screenshot showing it because I didn't pay attention to whether I got everything when I was trying to get screenshots. And I don't think I got one with that third Flash. I will try to find one, a photo. Then we see this photo of Supergirl carrying one of the berries. And I want to say from here, from where I'm sitting, it looks like main universe Barry. I don't see that. Like you would think that if you were looking at the other universe Barry, that his hair would have been hanging just a little bit more. This looks like she's carrying main universe Barry, and she's probably going out up into the clouds to get him struck by lightning to rejuvenate his powers. One of the best shots of the trailer, and I don't know if it's coming across well at all because it's kind of dark. However, it is Michael Keaton's Batman descending, and man, when you see Batman in float mode like this, it's always dope. But it really looks good. I am really happy that that Michael Keaton is getting an opportunity to say goodbye to this character. And then we say hello to the Sasha Kaye, and I think I'm saying her last name correct, version of Supergirl. She looks fantastic. And if the James Gunn Supergirl is going to be a darker take on the character, I think, and you're going to be picking up from where she was left off at in on Krypton, on that piece of rock. I hope that this is the Supergirl that they use. I hope, because she's got a look that is far more rugged than what I'm used to seeing a Supergirl looks. She looks like she has been through some ish. And I would like to hear her story. I'd like to see more of what she went through to go from being on that little piece of rock on Krypton to coming to Earth. I would love to see what this Kara, what her backstory is, and hopefully they use this same actress. And then this is again the bat suits, and they were all labeled here by somebody on Twitter, DC Tamil FC. I don't know who that is, but thank you, because I sure lifted this right off of Twitter, because they actually brightened the picture up a bit and they labeled everything, and I thought that was really nice. So if you want to see this labeled photo, I will put it up on the Discord. Then we're going to get some cool character posters. First and foremost, the official poster for the Flash, and then we start seeing a couple character posters, starting with Sasha Kaye's Supergirl. She really, the suit really looks good, and to lend credence to the theory that I floated last week about John Kent possibly being the Superman that we see moving forward in the new DCU, her suit is exactly like his. Her suit is exactly like John Kent's. It looks very similar to the Henry Cavill Superman suit, but it has more red at the shoulders. It looks very much like what John Kent wears in the comics, which makes me once again say we're probably getting, when they say a younger Superman, we're probably not even getting Clark Kent, we're getting John Kent. Our next is, of course, the Flash in the Flash, illuminated Flash suit, and then Batman, Michael Keaton's Batman with the smug Batman look on his face. Again, we see another picture here of Flash. This is when he first arrived in this alternate timeline, and he's watching his younger self run out of the house after finding out that his mother had passed away. And then his father was actually blamed for her death. So he, in essence, he lost both parents that night. My next photo is a lighter or brighter picture of that Ben Affleck on the bat cycle, and a tweet from James Gunn. James Gunn literally tweeted right after that trailer came out, "I love this movie so much. Can't wait for you to see it. # the Flash movie." That is a huge compliment coming from the new head of the DCEU concerning a movie that he had nothing to do with. So when you look at it like that, he definitely has a lot of faith in this movie for him to come out. I haven't seen him do that for any other movie. I didn't see him do it for Black Adam. I haven't seen him do it for Shazam. I haven't seen him say anything about the Aquaman movie that we'll be getting later this year. I haven't heard too much about the Blue Beetle movie. But hopefully we will start hearing more about that, by the way. But for James Gunn to come out and say that he loves this movie so much, that is a big vote of confidence. And also, James Gunn said that this could probably be one of the best superhero movies ever. And this is from somebody who makes superhero movies. So I honestly believe that we are in for something special on June 16th. If we go out and give the Flash movie a chance. Moving on, we get to see the sigil, the logo, and how it illuminates from his chest. It almost looks arc reactor-ish, but I mean not to continuously compare superhero franchises, but it does. It has the look of being illuminated from within, and it could just be the kinetic energy coming off of Barry when he is powering up to take off. Whoever captured these screenshots, by the way, gosh, they did a fantastic job. I guess we have had America's ass, and now we have DC's ass. Because we got a very good look at the backside of one Ezra Miller, and it is looking a bit tight and right there. But we see these ships. The United States government, for some reason, thought they was going to be able to do something with Zod, and they found out they can't do nothing with Zod, nothing. And by the way, I might have put these slides in the wrong order because there's Zod. Zod is back, and there is no Superman to stop him. So what it looks like we're getting is, again, just like in Flashpoint, but in Flashpoint, it was Clark Kent who was captured by the military and kept away from the sun, the rays of our yellow sun that give him his power. And they he was basically wasting away in a government facility. Well, in this one, it appears we're going to have Kara Zor-El locked away in this government facility, kept away from the sun, not aware or able to access her powers until Batman and the Flash break her out. But when they break her out, it will be to deal with the threat that has come from up high, which is Zod. Now, I can't see it myself, and hopefully you guys will see it. There are some people who are saying that in this photo of the Flash, that there is like LED where you can see that he has some type of screen in his goggles that is like giving him information, or that is allowing him to see things in a different way. I only thought that the goggles would be necessary in this version of the Flash, because when you're traveling at high speeds, you would need something to keep bugs and such litter and whatever from going in your eyes. So I thought the goggles were a nice touch. Let's add those to it. But there are people who are saying that they can see, which I cannot, that they can see another function for these goggles. The picture that I think was the dopest in the trailers is right here when Kara faces off against Zod when she comes floating down to where he is. She's coming to put an end to his shenanigans, and she looks like she means business. And I thought this was one of the best pictures of or one of the best stills captured from the trailer. Now there are those who are saying that that the color grading would have been better under the Snyder cut. Look, I don't care about that. I mean, I do, of course, I'm a film fan. I do care about how the colors incorporate or how the colors accentuate what's going on screen, those choices made by directors. I think that looking at this trailer, Andy Muschietti made some very good choices. I honestly hope that he stays around in the DCU or just in the superhero business and makes more movies because this movie looks fantastic. It looks beautiful. It seems like he has a more of a partnership with the WB because we also got him for It. So he did It, and he's doing the this Flash movie, and the choices that he's made have been incredible based on what we've seen so far of this trailer. And again, Sasha Calle menacing as Supergirl. We get a good look at the Flash ring that his suit comes out of. I think that was a nice touch to add it to the trailer and let us see exactly how that thing functions. It looks nice. Nice little ring. And last but not least, we got another shot just further illuminating our Batman, Ben Affleck, and him also on the bat cycle, bat bike, bat that chopper. So those are all the screenshots I've got. My hype level for the Flash was at a 6 before I saw this trailer. I thought I just lost everything. Before I saw the trailer, it was at about a 6 out of 10. That has moved up to a 9 out of 10. And usually it won't get to be a 10 out of 10 if it wasn't there in the first place. So 9 out of 10 for me is about as high as it can get. I'm excited. I'm a believer now. I think that this will be a good movie to reset everything. If we got to reset everything, this is a good way to do it. Hopefully the rest of the movie lives up to the trailer. Hopefully we get another look at it, another good look at it before June 16th when it comes out at theaters. But I am all in. And I wasn't all the way in at first because, like I said, there was some shenanigans with Ezra Miller now. However, I am going to look past that because the director and the other actors are what is going to make this movie phenomenal. Just, I can't believe that like what we're getting this year alone as far as superhero movies is concerned is like we're eating so well from all different angles. Even if we got to even think about Kraven the Hunter, which I still don't think that's coming out this year. We haven't heard too much about it out of Sony. But even if we have to endure one or two bad ones, we're getting a lot this year. We still haven't seen anything from the Marvels, which scares me. It scares me that they're not showing us anything. Please let that movie be at least serviceable, because in a year where you're getting a Flash movie and you're going to get Spider-Man Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, which I fully expect Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse to be as good or better than the original film. Then this Flash movie that's coming out of nowhere on our butts. Guardians of the Galaxy looks like it's going to be a tearjerker. And Blue Beetle, I'm excited for that. please let these movies come out and at least be serviceable for this year, because this would make this a dynamic year in superhero movies. We still are seeing we still got Aquaman, and again, we haven't seen an awful lot from Aquaman, but we got time for that. We got time. We got a few months before I'm going to be worried about why we haven't seen too much from Aquaman. But this year alone has been, or will be, one of the most epic years for superhero movie releases. Hopefully, those superhero movies live up to the hype. To include, I'm forgetting Shazam. To include Shazam, I want that movie as well. We've seen a bit from it, and to be honest, what I saw from Shazam, I was not very enthused about. I can't lie. But hopefully they come up with a better trailer that gives us a better look at what we should expect in that movie. And that one is coming out March 17th. It's coming out before The Flash, and we haven't seen very much. So I'm wondering if that is a lack of confidence being shown by the studio. But even if Shazam bombs in March, they're going to reap major benefits with The Flash in June, and then we will hope that there will be more of the same in August with Blue Beetle, and then in December with Aquaman. And saying that, I guess, we can't. We're only speculating at this point, and there's nothing wrong with speculating. Don't let nobody tell you that you should not speculate. But there's nothing wrong with speculating. We are speculating that this Aquaman movie could possibly be the last one for a while. I think that's what most people are thinking right now. So I don't know for sure if that's the case. Of course, we won't know until we see further what James Gunn and Peter Safran have in store for us with this new DCU. But from what it looks like so far, especially with the suits, the choice of suit for, because let's pull up Henry Cavill's Superman suit. Yeah, I'm going to pull up his suit so you can see the difference that I was talking about. The Henry Cavill suit is all blue and a red cape, whereas Kara has a red top to hers. I'm going to try to find a picture of them side to side. If I can find one. Yeah, because, and then I'll find a picture of John Kent. Doop-de-doop-de-doop. Henry Cavill Superman. Let's say Superman suit versus Supergirl suit. I want to see, or I want to show you guys what I'm talking about. And of course, they're showing me the TV versions. I want the movie versions. I want the movie versions. They suck. They suck for not having a picture that I want instead of me making the picture. But yeah, I'm gonna find one because I know I've seen it. I've seen them right next to each other. I have seen those two suits. Might have been on Twitter. You know, everything's on Twitter. Hell. Let's see. Explore. I go to Twitter and one of the first things I see is sell the Snyderverse to Netflix. I tell you, these are the most entitled people. Gosh. Oh, got to go back and just pull up Supergirl. Supergirl suit. Ah, and one of the first pictures that come up. Okay. I'm going to pull this picture up for you guys. I'm going to share my screen. Of course, I'm sharing the screen and it's the Superman suit. So you got a good look, right? You see what the Superman suit looks like. Now let's go back. Do you see the difference? How the Supergirl suit is all red at the top, and then it comes down over the breast. It right above the breast, it stays red, whereas the Superman suit is all blue. Doesn't have that breast, that breastplating, breast. So, Superman, Supergirl. Okay, and now I'm going to find a picture of John Kent from the comics, so you can see his suit. Now, there will be a whole lot to say if they do choose to use the John Kent Superman. The reason is John Kent, of course, is the son. We've talked about this before. Is the son of Clark and Lois Kent, and in the comic books, in this new run, he has been known to be he's a gay character. So you already know it's gonna be some problems. People are gonna talk shit. People may or may not support it simply because this character in the comics is gay. When you guys see how his suit kind of lines up more with the Supergirl suit, which is almost like a hint to us that this is going to be the Superman. John Kent is going to be who they run with as Superman. And I also I'm also in belief, or of one that believes that Nightwing will be the new Batman in the new DCU. I don't have anything. Don't ask me, to prove it. It just makes sense. We're talking about legacies, and we're going to pass down. We're going to pass the torch, and if they pass the torch to these characters and make Nightwing Batman along with the Damian Wayne Robin and make John Kent Superman, we are in for a lot of new stories. These are stories that have never been told, and I think that is the direction that the new DCU should go in, to tell stories that could not have been told before, because these are different characters completely. I like that. I like the idea. So, because I was crazy and for some reason thought that I was going to have an audience on on Valentine's Day, I don't really have a lot left in me. I did want to just come on here and to give DC its flowers. You guys, no wonder you get fought so hard to put this film out, because the Flash looks like it is going to change the game, especially since, and I'm going to say it, especially since the Marvel movies have been fair to middling, not to everybody, but to certain subsets of the fandom. It's like, I think you can do better. And I know it's going to get better, because once you start introducing Kang to other characters, it's going to get better. Okay, so I feel that. But we have gone through a phase that has been just really a slower phase. I won't call it bad, a slower phase than we gotten used to. Even though we got to take ourselves all the way back to phase 1 of the MCU, when we were just meeting these characters that would be the core Avengers. Yes, those movies were good. Were they so great because we were not used to getting that type of that level of film in a superhero film? Was that why we thought those movies were so great then? Because this was an introduction, and now that we have seen the spectacle and the awe that we could get in Infinity War and in Endgame, now have we become an audience who expects that level of film every time they put one out? Let me know in the comments. I would like to hear, because that does make us a little entitled, y'all. But it also means they set the bar high at the MCU, and when you come under the bar, you know it's like watching a team that was undefeated lose 2 games in a row. It's like the bar was set so high, and now all of a sudden, we're being let down. And yeah, I'm still going to be a fan of this team, but dang, what's going on? Are we in a slump? Those kinds of questions. I'm thinking about LSU, which made me bring that the ladies team, LSU. They were undefeated. Of course, they were going to eventually meet another undefeated team, and they lost. And when they lost, they didn't lose by like 3 points to make it look like these two teams are in the same league. They lost by 20 points. So you start to feel like, oh, was that all just a facade that you were that good? Now that you face another team that is just as good as you lose by 20. So this is the type of thing I'm talking about. The MCU has set the bar high. To me, it's been coming in under the bar with many of the projects that came out of phase 4. And there are some who have gone to see the Ant-Man movie who are not being complimentary of the movie. There are a lot of people who are, but I guess it's who isn't being complimentary that is kind of making me say, oh God, oh my goodness, is this going to be a dud? And I'm serious. And then I'm afraid for the Marvels, because they're not showing us anything. And let me go back to my chart. It tells me when movies are coming out. The Marvels, let's see, is coming out in July. So we got a little time. But I need to see something. Is it scary? Is that a scary is it a scary thought to you that they know that these movies might not be that great? Now, even I think Ant-Man, hopefully it exceeds my expectations. But yeah, That's it. That's all I got, y'all. I don't have too much else. Just wanted to come in, say hello, happy Valentine's Day. You know, treat your loved ones real well today. Go out and do big things, whatever it is that people do when Valentine's Day falls in the middle of the week. I don't know if people wait till the weekend or they like, we won't go on today because it's Tuesday. We'll wait because everybody's going on Tuesday. We'll wait till Thursday and go. I don't know what people are doing nowadays, but whatever y'all doing, do it. Be safe, and then meet me back here. Yeah, this weekend we got some Picard coming out, and I might be back before then because I got some things to talk about with Picard too. We're going to talk about those uh those logs that came out. So yeah, I don't have anything else. It has been fun. I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.